Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Daily Hope. My name is Pastor Justin Domino, and today I want to talk a little bit about the ocean. For me, it's one of my favorite places to be. Now, I'm definitely a mountains guy as well. I love going out in the mountains and hiking, all that fun stuff, but there's nothing better to me than sitting on a warm, sandy beach, just soaking up the sun, looking out at the water, and hearing the waves roll in. It is just an amazing thing. And yet, when you get into the water, it's a totally different experience, right? And not every part of the ocean is gross, but recently I was in Florida about a year and a half ago, and there's like jellyfish and seaweed, and it was like I get out of there and I just feel like I need a shower. Just felt kind of gross. But it reminded me of Psalm 139, verses 1 through 3, where it says, "O Lord, you have examined my heart, and you know everything about me. You know when I sit down or stand up. You know my thoughts even when I'm far away. You see me when I travel, and you see me when I rest at home. You know everything I do." I love this because there's nothing that we can hide from God. And that shouldn't create a moment of fear or guilt. What it should create is freedom. That once we get underneath the surface of our lives, yes, we're gonna find ugly or gross or sinful things. Once we get below the surface of what's in our heart and what's in our soul, God's gonna bring to the surface a lot of the things that we really need to work on. But by the grace of God, we can actually find freedom, redemption, and salvation. I think so many times we think God is just gonna be so angry with us because of some of the hateful thoughts that we have in our heart or things like that, just the sin that we have that might be buried down deep. And we try to hide that stuff, but really, we can't hide from God. But there's freedom in that. When you bring things to the surface in your life, God finds salvation and redemption for you. And so today, if there's something in your life that you need to confess or you need to bring to the surface, do that, because there's freedom and mercy and grace. There's been so many times in my life where I've struggled with certain things for a long time, and I've wanted to just forget about them or try to go before God in prayer and just very lightly pray, so I don't really have to get down to the deep core issues of certain things, but it doesn't bring any freedom. What I've learned in my relationship with Jesus is that I want to go as deep as possible, getting to the grossest, the ugliest, the worst sins in my life, so that I can actually bring those to light and God can give me freedom from those things. So do that today and you can find freedom as well. Let me pray for you. God, we love you and we praise you, and we thank you so much, Lord, that even in the ugliest parts of our lives, Lord, the sins that we don't want to talk about, you give us grace and mercy for. There is nothing before you that we can do that you are eternally just going to condemn us for. Lord, you always give us grace and you always give us mercy. And so today, help us to bring these things to the surface and not just try to look good on the outside, Lord, in our lives, but Lord, what can we do to go deep down into the ugliest parts about ourselves and find freedom and salvation? God, you are good and you are gracious to us. It's in your name I pray. Amen. Well, have a great day, New Hope. God bless.